I started. Okay. So let's go and check the previous week, which was not a great week, starting August 4th. Let me just check everything, if everything is fine on YouTube. Quickly. So check. Why can't I see? Okay. So I think everything is fine. Yeah. The music is back in the background too. Okay. So this was the week starting this day. So unfortunately, on the very first day, I saw the market well, like it was giving me higher lows over here and higher highs over here and over here and over here. So so that was like before I entered the market, and I came in at around this time because there was a huge gap over here. I thought it would give me that much of a like a TP2 or a TP1 at least, especially if it activates my 2x as well. So this is where I should have entered, but I waited for because I knew it would come up and break this high, the high over here. So I did enter over here, and my 2x, unfortunately, I didn't enter where I should have. I should have entered over here, doubted it a little bit. Then when it came a little bit down, I did enter eventually, but yeah, it came down to, I don't know, like 3 pips to my TP, even less than 3 pips, less than a pip. Oh no, 1.8 pip. So it did not hit my TP, and then it went back up again. And because it was going back up very fast and it broke this structure over here, then I closed at the break of structure, and I took, it says here, 0.8% profit over there, and so in total 2% profit almost. And then unfortunately, at the next, so I don't know what happened, because I had taken my profit. I should have left, or I should have, if I had entered over here, this big huge gap over here and the break of the EMA 60, then I should have stayed in the trade. So this is the trade that I like, the trade idea that I entered again. So at the break of this, which I took a little bit lower than that, but because it was going down so fast, I don't know, sickened out it and didn't want to lose all the money I had taken over here. I unfortunately closed here, but look what happened after. Look what happened. Easily, I could have taken, like, CTP2 here, super easily. I could have, this would have been more than 4%. This is 4%. This could have been 7%, and TP3 would have been 10%. But anyways, I did not do that, made a mistake. I did enter based on the 1 minute here and then left over, exited the trade over here, which made up for that loss that I made over there. Kind of. I think, yeah, I finished this day with 2%. And then, so yeah, this was a big mistake I made. So next time, because I see that the whole trend is an upward trend, shouldn't have second doubted. Or if, yeah, next time maybe when I have already gotten the profits, I'll probably go into the next trade with lower risk, maybe 0.5% risk, at the very most 1%, so that even if I lose all of it or get stopped out, then I will still be closing the day with some profit. So the next day, I don't know, from this day onward, it was like terrible. The whole week was terrible. So the next day, I did not trade because I realized it's kind of a trading range, as it was making higher highs, and then here it made a lower high, lower low, and so I thought today would be a terrible day to trade. And as you can see, if I'd been in the trade, most probably here, around here, it would have come this close to my stops, gone down again, but no TP, and then here would have stopped out my trade, and boom. And then as you can see, it's a terrible day, just going up and down with no clear reason. Okay, this day, today, of course, here I could see some big moves up, but still the consecutive red candles were more obvious from here onward. So I did decide that it would be a sell, whatever I'm taking. And then after these candles, I took a sell over here and then closed over here. I had seen a lot of times that the market comes and wants to give the 15-minute trade, like 15-minute traders, a good trade. So based on the 15-minute, I did put a sell over there after I had stopped out over there. I did put a sell over there and should have stayed in the trade. Unfortunately, I don't know. Okay, sorry. This would be the sell. No, yeah, this is right. It's not based on the 15 minutes. Oh, based on the 30-minute. So as you can see, this candle went up above this, and there is a gap over here. So I did take a sell right over here. Should have stayed in it. Unfortunately, I did not again. And I closed right in the next candle with a very, very, like almost nothing. And as you can see, went down to TP1, came back to break even, went down to TP4, came back up. I guess the lesson from this review would be, or from this review would be to sorry guys, hold on a second, to not second doubt myself. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. Then yeah, I was saying one big lesson would be if I'm taking trade, should stay in it or shouldn't enter a trade at all if I'm doubting it. So let's go to the next day, 5 minutes. So that was the 5th. And I don't remember this next trade. Oh yeah. Wow, this is terrible. Then because of this huge break and then this spike over or gap over here, I took a buy on this candle and also another one at the 2x. It did go up to the enter, I think a little bit above my entry point, which was still a good amount of profit because I had entered on this one over here. Then again with New York, or right before New York open, 15 minutes before New York open, just went down so bad. And all of this is because it went to the entry point of those who had entered based on the 30-minute candle. So you need to be careful about the 30-minute candle and the 15-minute candle as well. And yeah, because those are more powerful candles. And on the next day, because I had lost too much over there, I think I did not trade over here. Did I? Oh yeah, I did. Oh, the next terrible day, yeah. Okay. So based on this, like the whole day was a bullish day, and there's a huge gap over here, as you can see. This is the start of the market, the London market. Gap, then another gap over here, and I did take a buy at the entry point of, let me see, I think based on the 15-minute candles. Yeah, I'm not sure. This looks like a mistake, a big mistake over here. And I've almost never entered after the New York Open, and I've done that here. I did that on the 6th, or the 7th, sorry. So the market went all the way up, and then here is definitely not a place to enter a trade. Although it did give me a selling gap over here, which is a little bit too risky because the market was all the way going up. But even with a selling gap or a sell gap, you could enter probably and take a 1 TP, which is given. It's given you here. It did not give TP2. Then again, when it went up with the market open, it did break above that and took all the liquidity and then went down. I don't know, like probably the best way I should have avoided this trade would have been to you see that the market structure has broken over here. So this is a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, a higher low, as you can see. And when this higher low broke over here, shouldn't have entered a buy and could have waited for this sell, because there is a gap over here. There's a huge gap. And if I had entered based on this huge gap, wow, this is too big, but still, as you can see, the market doesn't care if it's too big. TP1, TP2, TP flipping 3, 4. Oh, yeah, TP4. But yeah, TP3 is the most important one, and TP2. But as you can see, so that's another lost day, consecutive lost day, and last day as well. What a terrible week. So the last day, as you can see, the market was going up, and there was a huge support point over here. I had buys, then my stops were behind this because of based on this gap over here. I do sometimes see that if the market is not, oh yeah, this one was really surprising. I have no idea why this happened, because when the market is respecting this line and not going up faster than this line, it usually respects again. So it only breaks when it goes like from here, it goes here, and then it, before going back to the line, it goes up here, then it breaks. But this time it did break, and my stops were, I think this was not a stop loss, but this one was a stop loss, and I closed it here because of this. Went down, and then based on this gap over here, I realized, oh, and because as you can see, the market respected this low over here, and it did not break that low, so the structure was still bullish. And based on this gap, I entered over here. I did not enter right at the entry point, and I wanted to enter all my like 2% over here, risk to 2% over here, so that I could gain at least a little bit when it gets to TP1. So my stops was here. The entry point should have been here. I entered at 2x, went up, took it gave me a higher high. This was very scary because it was also at the same time creating this kind of structure. Let me show you this, what I mean. Like right now, it's obvious that you can all see this, but it was creating this wedge, which is a selling wedge, and it was highly probable that it would break below this and go down all the way. Anyways, when it came down a bit, let me just delete all these extra lines. When it came down back to my entry, I closed half, and then I realized, oh, it's going up. I entered again at the entry point, closed at TP1, but look what happened after that. TP4, then it went down again. And in the 1 minute candle, that was just a mistake. I entered here at the buy and then I just closed it quickly. But look, wow, what the market did all the way up over there. Okay, I think one thing that I can learn from this week was, first of all, if it's going against me very fast, I need to be patient and not enter maybe, and like think about my bias, if my bias is correct or not. And then secondly, if I am convinced that that is my bias, then stay in the trade. Do not close the trade quickly or earlier than what I should have. Like this one was a mistake. I could have taken much more out of the market here. This other one, where is that? This one, no. But this other one, oh my goodness, this was a big mistake. I closed early and then went all the way down. And look, I took a buy, which came to a loss, and I did not close early. I just waited for the stops, even though I'd seen this huge gap over here, selling gap. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyways, yeah, that was it for the week. I hope I'll see you Monday, and I hope this week will be a much better week. Thank you all. Bye-bye.